Good morning, boys and girls, from Black Powder headquarters and the Bojangles studio high on Sassafras Mountain. CDA presents Real Tree Radio. Welcome to a brand new, unused Saturday morning. Good morning, boys and girls, from Black Powder headquarters and the Bojangles studio high in the mountains in North Georgia. O'Neill Outside presents Real Tree Radio. Welcome to an unused Saturday morning. Yes, indeed. It's 6 after the hour. We've got a full slate headed your way this morning. Let me tell you the telephone numbers, 404-872-0750, or outside the Atlanta calling area, it's 800-972-8255. It's my pleasure to invite you to watch O'Neill Outside Television, Fox, regional networks all over the country, the Pursuit Channel, Hunt TV, Tough TV. It's sickening. It's on every station almost every day. It's unbelievable. I haven't seen the show in a long, long time. Before I get out of the self-promotion category, however, I would ask you to consider going to o'neilloutside.com, the online store. There you can purchase O'Neill Outside, People and Places Along the Way. It's a book, and should you purchase it there, I will personalize it. I will sign it to you and autograph it. I'm sure you will like the book. It is about 65 years in the outdoors, the television, the radio show, the places, the people, and I'm inviting you to consider purchasing that at O'Neill Outside. Other than that, before I get away from it, if you'd care for an O'Neill Outside hat like this one that you can see right now on Facebook, then you can visit that and retrieve that also on the online store. It's 8 minutes after the hour. We have the Silent Hero, the Medal of Honor. We have, oh my goodness, a lot of things still going on in the second hour of the program this morning. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. So Wade and is it Riley and Kyle and everybody, just hold on, will you? Before I get chastised for being too long on this segment, I will say to you, I'll be back in a moment, and we will get started. The live O'Neill Outside radio program is really live this morning, so we've got a lot of calls. First of all, he's been holding on quite a while. Let's talk to Wade. He's calling on O'Neill Outside. Good morning, Wade. Uh-oh, I always push the wrong button. Maybe after 28 years I'll understand how to do this. Good morning, Wade. You're on the air.
Morning. I'm watching you on TV. I'm watching you on TV today.
Hey, all right. Mighty fine.
I got to work this morning. My buddies are going hunting.
Okay.
I got to paint for a friend of mine. I told him what I'm obligated. I got to get back up to Kentucky, take care of Papa.
I got you.
How you doing with that rehabbing from that thing going? You gonna get to hunt?
Will I get to hunt?
Yeah.
In a little while. Not today and not next week, but it won't be long.
I hear you.
Well, he did have to. Well, you did have to give up a hog hunt.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was scheduled for some hog hunts, but this little slip disc injury that I had to give it up. But I'll get back to it real soon.
Well, let me ask you something. I've got my family albums in my possession. Remember I told you you look like my daddy so much. You must be the two most handsome men in the world. But I have access to that. I'm going to come on there with a bunch of pictures of white bass and deer.
Good.
And I look forward to hearing it. Glad to be in Georgia, but I'm ready to get back to Kentucky, and then I'll come back to Georgia.
All right, good. I hope you make it back. I trust that you will.
I'll be fine. I'm going to go in that Dawsonville Lake up there not far from you and catch some of them. Billy caught one about 6 and one about 7, and they're stunning. They should have been 10 and 12.
Good deal.
We let them go.
Yeah, I understand.
Keep the 1.5 to 2 pounders, let the big ones go.
There you go. Let them go and get the good ones to eat. All right, Wade, I got to go, pal. Stay in touch.
I mean, put me on hold on there. I won't be able to hear you.
Okay, I'll do that. There you go. Okay, now let's conclude the radio prize package. My question was, what did I say last week and the week before is the number one gun safety issue that I talked about? And let's talk to Buford. Kyle is calling from Buford. Good morning, Kyle.
Morning. How you doing, O'Neill?
Good. What is my number one safety issue when handling firearms?
Always treat every gun as if it's loaded.
And it is, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It's always loaded. You never have to ask, is this gun loaded?
Always.
It is already. We've got your name and everything. We'll be sending you a big box of goodies, pal.
I appreciate it.
You bet. Glad you called. There you go. Now let's talk to Mac with the Ram Fishing Report. We've got Captain Mac on the line. What do you say, Mac?
O'Neill, how are you?
Good. I'm doing really good,
All
man.
right.
We're swamped with calls this morning. It must be the opening day of the archery season. What do you think?
I would suspect it is, and that's a good thing for people to get excited about. That's always a good event.
Absolutely. Mac and I talked yesterday, and he didn't know this, but I've already got him booked for a striper trip this fall. What do you think of that?
That sounds like a good idea to me. I'm on board.
Okay. You
We're
always
good.
are,
We're good.
pal, and I appreciate that. Yeah, we need to go this fall and shoot another show, okay?
Absolutely. Let's get out there in November or December, and we'll do some stuff with the planer board and maybe drop some spoons, catch a couple big spots too.
There you go. Let's try that. Okay. Well, what would you
All right.
tell people to do over the next couple of weeks at Lanier and lakes in the Carolinas and Tennessee and Alabama so they can catch a striper?
Well, fishing's been good in all the regions and places you just mentioned. Lanier's got a really good the last 10 days or so, fishing really ramped up. We're getting a very nice trolling bite with lead core line and chipmunk jigs or an umbrella rig.
Oh, boy.
And live bait fishing's good. The problem with live bait fishing in a lot of places over the southeast are big lakes. We get some issues with oxygen levels, and it's hard to keep live bait alive. And if you go, Lanier's particularly dealing with this. And I'm not telling you not to fish it. If you go to Lanier today and you're fishing with a blueback herring, and many other area lakes will experience the same thing, it's really tough on the fish. The fish is in good shape coming out of your live well, and you put him on the hook. You need to check him frequently because oxygen levels get pulled down, and these fish are pretty sensitive to O2 levels.
I see.
So the fish don't live well on the fish hook. And,
Okay.
you know, you get a great picture on your graph. You got these really nice fish moving around on your boat, and they won't bite. Maybe your bait's dead. So really be diligent about taking care of your bait. Check your bait frequently. Change it out if it doesn't look good, and that's really crucial right now. But with that being said, if you'll do those things and try the trolling, there's a lot of fish, a lot of stripers being caught. So the bite's really been good, and we'll probably hold up for a couple of weeks till the lakes start turning
Great.
over.
That's a really good tip about the live bait.
Absolutely. You've
That's
got
a
a really
really
bait
good
right
tip
now. Really
about live bait. Yes, it is.
Carry extra bait because, particularly with bluebacks, they're great bait when they're in good shape. But if they're compromised, they are not good baits, and the fish won't eat them. So
I
you've got
got you.
to really keep a good one down there.
Okay. How do people be in touch with you so that you can take them fishing?
You can call us at 770-271-0851, or you can find us online at Captain Max. That's CAPTMACKS.com.
And you've been putting a lot of videos on my website here of late, haven't you? And on website?
We did.
And,
Well, we had some
Facebook?
people asking, some of your listeners actually asking about power reeling, and we talk about it all the time, and as thorough as we try to be, a visual makes that technique come to life. So we put some videos on there from last summer where you can actually see what we're doing and see us catch a fish, but more importantly, see how that concept works.
Yes.
Because it does work.
And it surely does. Yeah. You bet. All right, Mac, have a great weekend, pal.
Do the same. Everybody be safe on the lake and in the field. Good luck.
You bet. I'll see you soon, my good friend. Here we go. Let's talk to, my goodness, I can't find it. Riley. Riley is calling on O'Neill Outside. Good morning, Riley.
Morning. How are you, O'Neill?
Hey, I'm sorry it took so long to get to you. I'm swamped this morning.
That's all right.
Well, you're on the radio. How can I help you?
I'd like to talk about using a headlamp walking to the stand in the morning, whether you prefer to use like a dim green light or a red light, or if that's really beneficial at all, or should I just turn the headlight, on and walk normally and safely?
I think the latter will get you through there if you want to take the trouble for that red light, and it provides you safety going in and out of the stand so that you don't get lost or fall down and hurt yourself. Then the red light's the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't
do you
see
have
that.
A preference? You think red or green? You think red's the best one?
I do, yes. But I'm not an expert on that. I claim to be expert on lots of things, but most of it's a lie.
All right. All right. Well,
I mostly make it up as I go,
here.
Riley.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I do the same thing. Well, I just pulled up to the hunting club in Elberton, and I'm hunting from a ground blind this morning. And I think I'm going to go with the red light this morning, considering I don't have to climb a tree. If I was climbing a tree, I'd probably go with the brighter white, yellow light.
Yeah, could be. And Woman Williams is saying, look out for the snakes.
Yeah, and hogs out here, too.
You betcha. Good luck to you, pal. Glad you called.
Thank you.
You bet. See you soon. I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here pretty soon, so I'm not going to call on Mark. Mark, you hold on. I'll get back to you in a few minutes if you don't mind holding. This is O'Neill with O'Neill Outside. You can listen to us on the SB Nation. What is that? Sports Broadcast Nation. 81 stations across the country carry the program, along with WSB in Atlanta. We're in our 27th year, and you can watch O'Neill Outside Television on the Pursuit Channel, Fox Sports Southeast, Fox Florida, Fox Arizona, the Hunt Channel, Tough TV, and beginning pretty soon on video on demand networks such as Gen 7 Outdoors, Waypoint TV, the Camo Crusade, Outdoor Action, and GONE TV. Whew, that wore me out. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with more telephone calls on O'Neill Outside Radio, live Saturday mornings, and you are participating, and I'll be back. Time for the silent hero this week for Brian Gay. He's the silent hero for September the 8th, 2018. A New Jersey police officer helped catch her two children jumping from a burning home in the second-story bathroom window. Patrolman Brian Gay, who was one of the first responders on the scene, caught one young girl and helped break her sister's fall as flames tore through the house. The children were 8 and 10 years old. Well, I looked at the people getting on the ladder. I looked up and she was already jumping, Gay said later, as she was on her way down and I caught her. Just after spotting the fire, the girl's 12-year-old cousin jumped out of the same window before. Her aunt, who was caring for the children, dropped her 1-month-old baby son down in a carrier seat. The mother then escaped via a ladder placed against the house by 3 other neighbors, but none suffered serious injuries. The Sayreville Fire Marshal said that they were in a testament to the department and the departments around the nation who performed selfish acts like this every day. Brian Gay, silent hero, September the 8th, 2018, 27 minutes after the hour. A silent hero.
Absolutely. Aren't we going to be doing something like that tonight?
Yes, we are. Gail and I are visiting the Silent Hero celebration and awards dinner at the aquarium tonight. And Karen, I can hear everything via your telephone. We have engineering issues, which makes the morning fun. All right, right now let's talk to Mark calling from Camden County. Sorry I have to had you hold on so long there, Mark. So here you go. You're on the air, pal. Where are you headed today?
It's perfect. I'm heading up to the northwest corner of Jeff Davis County. Today's opening day of deer season for me, and I'm grinning from ear to ear.
I bet there's a lot of them out there doing that. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
about that earlier, yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah. I mean, even after 5 decades of chasing deer, I still get that little anticipation, that little twinge. Maybe not as much as I did when I was 14 or 15 years old, but it is my passion, and it has been for quite a few decades now.
Fantastic. Well, have you got them all staked out? Are you going to take a doe today, or is it going to have to be a buck?
Well, in all likelihood, I'm going to lounge around one of my stands, watch a few deer. If I get an exceptionally perfect shot at an animal I want to take, I might take one.
I got you.
But the odds are I'm probably just going to enjoy the morning. After all these years, the experience and the pursuit are far more important than actually taking a deer, if that makes any sense.
I agree 100%. 100%.
Yes, sir.
It's the hunt that counts.
If you stop and think about it, the day of the opening day of deer season, I get to come out of the woods in time to watch a pack of dogs pluck some chickens this afternoon. I mean, this is by far and away my favorite day of the year.
Oh, mighty fine. Well, that's great. Well, catch a fish from time to time, and I hope you have a good, safe hunt this morning.
And I wanted to ask you something right quick, too, which I know you already know the answer to. You know, down where I actually live, our deer are coming into free rut right now.
Oh, yeah, you've got that different deer over there. So he's pre-rut now and rut in October, right?
I'm already finding rubs, scrapes, active rut sign, not just stuff where they're kind of hoping for it, but the actual pre-rut is going on the coast right now. Our different genetic stock of deer down here on the coast, our week of rut is usually the first weekend in October, right around first, second week in October, and they're already starting to feel their oats. Our bucks' necks are already starting to swell a little bit, and you know, it's that time. A lot of folks in the other areas of the state don't realize how varied the rut is according to where you're at in Georgia.
That's exactly right. It's because Georgia was stocked from so many different places.
Yep. I always advise my folks that live up middle North Georgia, if you really like to hunt bear bucks, and you've got to be in the pre-rut or in the rut to do it, get you a piece of property on the coast, take the time to come down, hunt first and second week in October. We might not have good pocket-sized bucks down here, but we do have some pretty good deer.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
It's well worth your while to do that, you know, and
it's a worthwhile hunt.
Yes, sir. And I know your time's limited. We could talk about this kind of stuff for an hour probably, but it's a beautiful day in the life. I feel absolutely blessed to be where I'm at, and I feel absolutely blessed to be able to talk with you occasionally on a Saturday morning. So you have an exceptional weekend, Odell.
Well, Mark, you're very, very kind and generous, and I know that you make the full use and appreciation of the day.
You take it one day at a time, brother. You're blessed for every second you're here.
You bet. Thanks for calling, Mark. Stay in touch as you usually do. I'll look forward to that. There you go. 31 after the hour. Let's go to, hey, here's our buddy Hank. Where in the world have you been? Have you been up to the motherland or what?
I'm actually heading up to the motherland tomorrow. I'm on my way to the airport this morning.
Oh, okay.
I am, today's going to be a pretty emotional and special day. I'm heading up to Baltimore at Bass Pro Shops up in Baltimore, Maryland. Today is the day that we celebrate the life of Lefty Kreh, who we lost back in March.
Oh man, yes, indeed. I'm glad you're able to go and be a part of that.
Yeah, they asked me to come, and they asked me to put together a few words to be one of the speakers today. And I think you'd be very proud. I really gave it some great thought about what I'm going to talk about today, and I'm not going to go through a whole dialogue over it, but let's just say Lefty, besides his humor, was famous for apposiums, like things like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, that kind of thing. He was famous for that stuff. He had hundreds of them. So I'm actually going to compare his life to that of Yogi Berra, because the two of them had a lot of things in common like that, and they were both beloved in their respective sports.
Wonderful.
So that's what we're doing today, and I'm taking your number one financial advisor with me.
Oh no, the Fluffy Man.
The Fluffy's coming with me, so I'm actually on my way. On my way to pick him up right now.
Well,
so,
you guys will have a great time.
Yeah, there should be quite. They're talking. They'll be somewhere in that 300-400 range.
Oh, that's good.
Out. So they've got a whole. Lefty was famous, O'Neill, for eating either peanut. He was a very simple eater. If it had more than 3 colors, he wouldn't touch it. And so he's a peanut butter and jelly guy, and you gotta absolutely overcook a hamburger for him to eat it. Otherwise, he didn't eat. So they're serving peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and burnt burgers at Bass Pro Shops today.
Well, he whatever accolades that are passed along to benefit the memory of Lefty Kreh, they're all deserved.
They are all deserved. He was, for those that aren't familiar in the fly fishing world, he was the Babe Ruth of fly fishing.
Absolutely. Well, call me when you get back. Let me know how it all went.
All right. Hey, listen, I have to agree with one thing your previous caller, Mark Noble, said, and that was dogs plucking chickens. I love today's going to be a great day. Go Dogs.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you soon, my friend.
Take care.
That's great. Okay, it's 34 after the hour. I had something I want. Oh, have we got anything coming in on Facebook this morning?
Not much. Not much.
Okay,
just
any observances, questions, or anything of that nature?
Most everybody really enjoyed
Charlie.
Yeah. And JP's certainly enjoyed the last call from Mark. And people wishing everybody success in the woods today, especially to be careful. I have to agree with that.
You bet.
Things like that. Mostly just people saying good morning and, great day.
I thought it was great when Charlie mentioned that the number one most dangerous things is getting in and out of your tree stand.
Yeah.
More people get hurt going in and out of the tree stand.
That's why I think it's really important to take a light in of some sort.
Oh,
I mean, at night,
like a headlight.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't imagine walking into the woods without something like that.
That's one of my tips that I tell people.
Yeah.
If you can get to your stand both in and out in the evening without a flashlight, then you're going in too late and you're leaving too early.
Yeah.
You have to have a flashlight.
Yeah.
The deer don't know what a flashlight is,
mm-hmm.
so it's not like you're spooking them. So there you are. So,
true.
All right, if you have other things that come in through our Facebook airing, it's interesting that in January of this coming year, O'Neill Outside radio program will be on several different video on demand and normal broadcast television networks. Ooh, boy. You get to see us live, which may be kind of disappointing in this case. But you'll see Woman Williams and... I
really don't appreciate you doing this.
Oh, that makes you have to get up and get ready and everything?
Well, yeah.
Well, people
More so than I am now.
People like to see you on the program, honey.
I understand.
Yeah, not
well,
just
no,
me.
I don't.
I mean...
Yeah. I understand that.
I'm getting crusty. So,
crusty.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here for a minute.
What you could do is clean up your desk.
Well, I'm going to one day.
Yeah.
When we return, it will be the Medal of Honor tribute, and we'll be back. Okay, here we go. Leonard Keller, September 8, 2018. This is the Medal of Honor. Sergeant, U.S. Army, Vietnam, May 1967. Sweeping through an area where an enemy ambush had occurred earlier, Sergeant Keller's unit suddenly came under intense automatic weapons and small arms fire from a number of enemy bunkers. Sergeant Keller quickly moved to a position and killed one VC who attempted to escape. Leaping to the top of a berm, he and a comrade charged the bunkers. Armed with a light machine gun, Sergeant Keller and his comrade began a systematic assault. While Sergeant Keller neutralized the fire from the first bunker with his machine gun, the other soldier threw in a hand grenade, killing its occupant. Then he and the other soldier charged a second bunker, killing its occupant. Then, with utter disregard for their own lives, the two men charged 5 more bunkers, killing the VC. The ferocity of their assault had carried the soldiers beyond the line of bunkers into a tree line, forcing the snipers there to flee. When his ammunition was exhausted, then only did Sergeant Keller return to the platoon to assist the evacuation of the wounded. The two-man assault accounted for numerous casualties. Sergeant Keller's selfless heroism and fighting spirit saved the lives of many of his comrades and inflicted serious damage on the enemy. Wow. Sergeant Keller, Vietnam, 1967.
Where was he from, do you know?
It doesn't list hometown on this case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Amazing.
the Medal of Honor. Heroes? Yes, you bet. And you have heard me give my dissertation on that many, many times. 42 after the hour, 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. Whether you're in Texas, California, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, St. Louis, no matter what, you can listen to O'Neill Outside Saturday mornings on the SB Nation Radio Network. Yes, ma'am. You have something to say? You look like you want to say something.
Oh, no. I was just sitting here.
Oh, you're sitting. Okay.
Just sitting
Good.
here.
Today, we, Woman Williams and I get to go to the Ronnie Thames Foundation Silent Hero Awards dinner down in Atlanta. And that is the recognition of firefighters, EMTs, police, who silently and with very little recognition get to be awarded and their heroism described. It's a thrilling dinner, a thrilling occasion, I should say, and we are truly looking forward to it. And with reference to the book that I mentioned earlier about purchasing that book, $1 or more goes to, every week goes to the Ronnie Thames Foundation for the silent heroes. Pardon me?
Before you get off of that subject,
Okay.
we had, I can't think of their names right off the top of my head, but we had 2 incidents this week here in the Atlanta area. A police officer was shot in a Walmart.
Yes.
And then there was a fire, and the fireman was seriously injured also. I think they're both in critical condition.
Ooh. I read a little bit about that, got distracted, though, somehow or another, so I don't know the details.
Yeah.
Okay. Allow me to, at 44 after the hour on O'Neill Outside this morning, let me direct you to O'Neill Outside website. There on the home page, you will see the Zach Brown Southern Grind guest book, in which you can leave a comment, a question, an observance, a comment about the television show, the radio program, whatever the case might be. And when you do that, if we pick your comment and we use it on the television show, then we will send to you, or Zach Brown will send to you, a Southern Grind knife that are made right there in Peachtree City, Georgia. And these are not throwaway knives. No. These are anywhere from $150 to $450 knives. These are knives that you will will to your family. So, with that in mind, let's handle a couple of those comments that come in via the Southern Grind guest book, and we will refer to these each Saturday. It's 45 after the hour. Here's one from Leonard in Eatonton, Georgia, and he asks, how can you tell how big the buck is by the size, or can you tell how big the buck is by the size of the tree it rubs? No, you can't, but I have an observance in this regard. I personally have seen a big buck and a small buck rub a small tree. I have never observed a small buck rub a big tree, but I have seen big bucks rub big trees. Okay, from Donovan in Darlington, South Carolina. Great. This goes to one of the reminders I had a few moments ago. What would you recommend for a good scent killer and UV killer? There are a lot of products on the market. All right, let's be logical for a moment, Donovan, and people listening to the program. Do you really indeed think that you just using a spray on your clothes and your hat and your boots, do you think that really covers your scent before you go to the stand? That you take maybe a minute or less and with a little bottle of spray that you spray your clothes and that removes the human scent from those clothes? Hey, think about it, dodo birds. No, it doesn't. It can't. What you should use is what I use. If you trust my judgment, you give it a try. Wash your clothes prior to going into the stand the night before, the day before. Wash your clothes in something called cloak. It's C-L-O-A-K. And that will remove the human scent from your clothes. A spray will not. Use your head. Think about it. Wash your hat, your socks, your camo, even your jacket, and cloak the day. Even do it 2 times. And cloak, C-L-O-A-K, and you can buy that online. Wouldn't it be a shame for you to miss or not be able to see or have a shot at or visualize the biggest buck on your property because you did not take the time to fully remove the human scent from your clothes? That would be a shame, wouldn't it? Spraying doesn't work. Have I been emphatic enough, you think, about that?
Yeah, I think you did a good job. Yeah.
Okay. I've hunted. This is from Shelby, Alabama. Let's see what's his name. Doesn't matter. Shelby, Alabama. Again, via the Zach Brown guest book at O'Neill Outside. I've hunted for many years in a club, and I want to harvest 3.5-year-old bucks. What's an easy way to check the age of a deer that come by? I don't have their ID. Visually, what does a mature deer look like? Now, we found out this morning from my interview with Charlie Killmaster that a white-tailed deer doesn't reach maturity until he's 4.5 years old. But how do you tell? By looking at him? Okay, number one, he looks like his neck is short. That looks like that because his chest has gotten bigger and deeper. He probably has a little pot belly. His face may be a little grayer and lighter colored than other deer that you see. It's not his antlers. His antlers have very little to do with it. And the last thing, besides his body shape, he looks like an old guy. And this is not 100% reliable, but it's one of those little things you might look for. In my experience, a mature buck, he walks like his feet are sore. He kind of places them gently on the ground. So, the way his body's shaped, the color of his face, the color of his fur, and you can tell he's a mature buck. Let's see if there's another one. from somebody in Marietta, Georgia. I got this answer from Travis. I want to hunt turkey with a bow. What's the arrow broadhead setup I should use? And Travis says use a full metal jacket with a G5 Halleck. That's his experience, the one to use. Let's see if I've got time for this. What's the best way to hunt public land? I get this a lot. Hunt during the week, hunt late into the season, and hunt far from the road. Because most people who hunt open land, they hunt close to the truck, they hunt the weekends, and they only hunt early in the season. You go against all those, you'll have an opportunity to take a good buck. Just started to teach from Phoenix, Arizona. I just started to teach my 12 and 13-year-olds grandsons about gun safety and good hunting rules. Do you think starting with small game is better than jumping right into the large game? Absolutely. Squirrels, various birds, other game animals that are small like rabbits and so on. All right, for instance, you might kill 1 deer a year. You can kill 12 squirrels a day. And it's every bit as much fun. You see so much more game, and you get the season is much, much longer. Small game is just as valuable and just as much fun and just as much of a learning experience as is large game. Start out small, and you'll enjoy it that much more. Lot of comments about helpful with the game. 53 after the hour. This show has really gone by fast, hasn't it? Oh my goodness.
Sure has. Yes.
Yeah, what a great idea it was to have Charlie Killmaster program, and
we could do that every week.
Oh yeah, we're going to start doing that. I'm going to start having an interview with somebody every week during the first hour of the show.
Okay.
I think I'm going to call Bill Dance and see if he'll talk with us during the week. No, I'll record the interview.
Yeah.
During the week. I'm
sure Bill's not going to get up.
Get up at this time of day.
True.
Okay. I mean, it's all I can do to get up.
Yeah.
Okay. 404-872-0758 972-8255, and the show's also on what do you call that? Facebook. Okay? All right, we got to get out of here. This is O'Neill. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Well, we've had a full morning on O'Neill Outside, haven't we? Man, I'm exhausted. But Woman Williams and I we're too advanced in, I shouldn't say old, should I? We're advanced in age, so that we don't stay up the rest of the day. We do go back to bed after the show.
We are
since
not.
I've been up since 1:30.
We are not advanced in age.
Oh, we're not advanced. We're
no,
not
this
old
is
either?
young. This is the new 60 or 50 or
okay.
whatever.
Well, the following 2 minutes gives me an opportunity, self-promotion, of course, to invite you to visit o'neilloutside.com. On the home page, right there, on the home page, the Southern Grind guest book for you to leave your comments there. And if we use your comment on the show, Zach Brown will send you one of these fabulous knives. And then, 2, visit the O'Neill Outside store. It's right there on the home page. And you can purchase an O'Neill Outside book. It's called O'Neill Outside, appropriately, People and Places Along the Way. And I will, when you purchase it there, I will personally autograph the book to you and send it to you shipping free. So I think it's a read that I think you will enjoy. We've had a lot of people that have been kind enough to call back and to leave notes and on Facebook and emails that they enjoy the book. Anything specific that they enjoy, that they get to the last page without too much trouble?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
You weren't.
What did you?
This is O'Neill Outside show. It's me. You were doing something
I
else.
was doing, yes, I was communicating with
Yeah, it's
someone.
communication. Okay.
Yes.
All right, we got to go. This is O'Neill. You just keep this in mind wherever you go, whatever you do. The deer season's upon us. Fishing's great. But if you're too busy to go fishing and hunting and take a kid along, you're too busy. Enjoy the closing music, and we'll see you next week.